Okay, this is going to be a direct upload. Ultimate Warrior passed away yesterday, and unfortunately, finding out in the worst way possible, where I flew in, we landed in Buffalo. The trip was pretty much over. All I really had to do was get in the car and just drive an hour and a half to Toronto. When Justin says very casually, he's like, "Hey, Ravi, guess what happened?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Warrior died." And it was almost like he was trying to work me. Sometimes, the internet kind of goes crazy. They try to work everyone who kind of was on the Mania trip and don't have any access to the internet from that plane ride. And, I kind of just, whatever, whatever. And he showed me his phone. And it was just, you scroll down, it was tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. Well, it was like, rest in peace, Warrior, what the hell happened? I was just like, I still couldn't believe it. I was literally in denial. I'm like, oh, they're just trying to like work everyone, whatever. So I get off the plane, and then I check for myself, and I tweeted, what happened, and someone sent me Triple H's Twitter, and then I got WWE.com's main page, and then I got Brian Alvarez, and then it was just like someone just punched you in the stomach, and it was like, the weekend was something that I'm never going to forget. Definitely the best Mania trip I had ever been on. I was at a high point, and literally in 2 minutes, it just sunk right down to the ground. It was not saying the Mania trip was bad, but to end it off knowing that a guy I went to that Mania to see, he was one of the main reasons, I was looking so forward to it. I had met him last year. I knew what he had been through with that company. I knew what he wanted from that company, and he got it, and now it's like he got everything he wanted. Life was good, and then this happens. And it's a feeling that, like, I guess for me, I'll always remember Warrior for being the coolest guy that I had ever met. He shook my hand, he asked me what my name was, he asked me where I was from, he engaged in conversation, and he just came off as just so humble and just so appreciative for everyone who waited 2 hours in that line to meet him. And I bought the mask, I bought, whatever, and it was, and I'll never forget, me, Miguel, Steve, and Justin, and Jade we were just marking out the whole time. We were shaking the ropes as he was shaking the ropes, and we had the mask, and then this happens, and it's like, wow, like, literally 24 hours ago we were watching him, and we were jumping up and down that Warriors on Raw, and then a couple days before that was WrestleMania. We were watching him, get inducted, came out for the induction thing, and then the day before that we were watching his speech, and then well, by Tuesday he's gone, and I'm sure a lot of stories are going to get thrown around now, but I guess the most logical one, and sure, all I know is that he collapsed on his wife. I don't even know if that's true, but that's what I heard from TMZ. But there you go. There's your credible source there. Um, I guess the most logical thing was just the hype, the adrenaline rush. And every wrestler says it. Once you go out there, that feeling, that adrenaline rush you get is nothing. It's like nothing you'll ever experience. And for us, I guess for us fans, we'll never know if, of course, we make it to that point. But he was definitely on a high that whole weekend. I'm sure when you got 12 to 15,000 people at the Hall of Fame chanting him. Then you had 70,000 people at WrestleMania, and you had 20,000 people at Raw. The guy was on just a high I'm sure he had never been on. His heart was probably going nuts, and once you snap back to reality, that's it kills you. Like, and I guess that's that's what, I don't know. It's hard to put in words, really, but it was yesterday. I filmed like my initial reaction, and I was in shock. For a good hour or so, like I kept thinking about it. I'm like, what the hell happened? What's going on? And now I kind of had time to collect my thoughts, but it does suck. It's really, like, really bad. Like, I don't even, you got my Warrior figure there, you can see just above my ear right there, and I'm gonna hold on to that one because definitely one of my most prized. But even before this all happened, I was so grateful and I was so happy to have met the Ultimate Warrior. And like he said, the Ultimate Warrior is gonna live on forever, whether he's there or not, through the fans, through the Warrior fans, and keep the memory alive. I'm sure Warrior, like Macho Man, is never going to be forgotten. And I think I'm just happy that we saw him get inducted. We saw the new DVD come out, and I think I was planning on buying it the day, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to have to pick it up on WWE Shop, like, now. And, yeah, that's all I got to say. Sorry, I don't got more, but rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. It was an honor. It was like definitely an honor to meet you. It was something I'm never gonna forget. I have the whole thing on video. I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.